Hi, we're going to do a stretch and flow for after gardening or yard work. We're going to start in child's pose, so you need a mat. Bring your big toes together, your knees slightly apart, and then find a place that works best for you. It might be here, it might be all the way back. Hands could be stretched out, or finding your heels, or maybe you make a little pillow underneath your head. And I want you to find your breath. Take a couple deep breaths here. Notice your hips start to soften, your back lets go. Pull the belly button towards your spine. And then coming to all fours, if you need to fold the mat, feel free to do that. We're just gonna stretch out the forearms. So you might be able to just get your hands down here. You might be able to bring it towards, the outside, or you might be able to bring it all the way towards you. I don't have that flexible hands. But if you've been holding tools or whatnot, it's a good one to make sure that you stretch out your fingers. And then we'll switch to the other side. You might be able to do this all at the same time, either here or maybe all the way. I got a lot more flexibility on this side. If you need more, you can bring it out slightly in front of you. One more deep breath. And then let your hips just go. Stretch your lats by pressing the hips back. We'll go the opposite direction. And when you are pulling weeds, I want you to think about using being on all fours, or maybe bringing on a knee with a pad underneath the knee, so then your back stays good and long. We're gonna do just some cat and cow. So inhale, exhale, round. I want to hear you through the screen. What? We'll do one more. We're going to bring one leg forward. We're going to get our hip flexor. So pull in your pelvic floor and your belly button and just press forward. And notice my knee is behind my hip, so I can stretch through the hip flexor. Pulling the shoulders low. And then if you're able to, turn towards that bent leg. Brace yourself, maybe with a fist, and then open up. Take 2 deep cleansing breaths there. And then we'll release and we'll switch to the other side. Same thing, make sure that your knee is behind your hip. So if your hip were to fall down here, so you get a nice stretch in the hip flexors. And then pull up the belly. And then bracing yourself, rotate towards the leg. One more deep inhale. And then release. And we're gonna go into downward facing dog if you can. So press back. Stretch out those calves. Notice the shoulders. And then slowly come all the way up to standing. However you get there is quite fine. Move back so you can see me. Bring the arms all the way up. Grab the wrist. Have the palm facing up towards the sky and just reach it over. And then release, and we'll switch to the other side. Palm faces up as you pull gently on the wrist. place the hand on your shoulder and just give yourself a little bit of a massage, especially if your neck has been dropped all day. Might need a little bit of massage. And then coming into the front of the chest, you want to push back, open that up, and keep the palm facing out. We'll do just a couple more of those. And then we'll release. Do the other side. So just a nice massage, or maybe you just give it some love, a squeeze, a love squeeze. Notice your knees are not locked out, they're slightly bent. And then push the palm out and away from the center of the chest. Smooth it out to the shoulder. Then we're going to take the hands right under the rib cage and take a few deep breaths, and I want you to breathe into your hands. Couple more. Last one. Take one leg back, and if you can, grab the ankle if it's available to you. If not, it can float there. You want to think about your knees being next to each other, so if this knee is slightly forward, push it back, squeeze your glutes, and open up all the way from the hip flexor to the chest. And then release it, bring it out in front, push the hips back slightly. One more deep breath. Coming all the way up. Transfer your weight, grab the other leg. Get a little taller, find your stillness. Release. Press the hips back and find a nice stretch in that hamstring. Slowly come up. Last little bit, we're gonna let the arms just relax. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Couple more times. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day and happy gardening.